Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today I will show you a song of mine, Fading Flowers. And this song is the ending track of my solo CD, The Garden of Stone Sounds. And this song is actually a quite, in a way, kind of a sad song. A lot of songs I compose are kind of sad, and for me sometimes sadness is the deepest mood you can have. And for me in this song it's really about like the end of a relationship, and the kind of it's like a kind of remembering scenes from the past, and they just flash by, and but you say to yourself, I go on, I go my way, I want to leave this behind. I want to make new doors open to go further, and maybe you judge for yourself whether it's a happy end or not a happy end in the song. So I play you the song Fading Flowers, and after this, by the way, there's also a PDF of this song you can download, so you have the music notation. Also, it's maybe quite helpful. And so I play this song, and then I will talk a bit about it, how it's maybe structured, the different rhythms and harmonies. So let's talk briefly about the song. The tonality of the song is really very straightforward, and also the chords. It's in A minor. You can definitely say it's an A minor song, and it moves from this A minor triad in drop 2 to the next chord is kind of you can explain this chord harmonically, like functional in different ways, but I would say it's a 4 minor 6th chord. So it's a D minor with an added 6th, and this is a typical classical voicing, you can say. In jazz theory, we would really say it's an inversion of a B diminished triad. But these two chords they both have like subdominant function, and they are really interchangeable, you can say. So this chord, like B diminished, is going to A minor, first inversion. And this has a very strong almost classical voice leading also. So these voices, like the bottom, the middle, and the top, they move very little, you can say, to reach the next chord. So it goes from A minor in first inversion, close position, to a G sharp diminished. And G sharp diminished in classical music also, this is called a dominant 7th without the root. So it's like an E7th chord. It functions as an E7th dominant, it's an E dominant 7th chord, resolving back to the tonic. So it's E7 without the root, which equals G sharp diminished. And this G sharp diminished goes a bit different, with a different voice leading, you can say, back to the beginning. So this whole progression just comes again. Then we have the same progression in a different kind of inversions and different kinds of drop voicings, you can say. We go from A minor, first inversion, drop 2 voicing, to B diminished, root position this time as a drop 2 voicing, to A minor, and then to G sharp diminished, ending with a kind of E7 flat 9, or just E major chord with a flat 9. This is just these 3 notes, E, G sharp, and F, will give us the dominant flat 9 sound. And then the whole progression, actually the whole chord string is coming again, but this time we have like these suspensions. So we have A minor, but we suspend the 5th with a minor 6th. And you can think as a suspension. I think this as a suspension actually for A minor, but it's also an inversion of an F major chord. It has all the notes of the major chord. So we go from E7 or E9, flat 9. And then I also do a kind of a interesting thing, like a kind of a vibrato, more like an andolan, like in Indian music. It's like I push and pull the string back and forth via the string length, so in the direction of the bridge and the direction of the nut. So this thing gives a kind of a singing, a bit mystical sound. So I have I play it like this. And then it resolves to A minor, and then again it's a suspension. The B diminished is suspended, the 3rd with the 4th, and resolving to the 3rd. much very straightforward. And then the A minor is suspended, so it's not directly this. Is first the fourth instead of the third. And then there's this small mark in the notation that that you have to, just on the last eighth note, you go up to another note. In this case, so this is also an A minor chord tone. So we go from D, not directly to C, but we embellish it in a way. We go first to E. So it's a different melodic movement, of course. So instead of, we go. And then we go to the D, and the D anticipates already the chord tone of the next chord. It's the flat 5 of the G sharp diminished, or the minor 7th of the E dominant 7th, you could say also. So we have, sorry. So this chord doesn't have any suspension. It's just chord tones, like the drop 2 voicing in root position, G sharp diminished, and the flat 5 here again. Okay, so this whole thing of the beginning, the first 8 bars, they just repeat. And then we come to, actually this is just A minor all the time. What comes next in the D part, it's just E minor, and it's a kind of embellishment or suspension of the fifth. So it's like so the outside notes, it's just A and C, so just chord tones, and then I have this little melody F G E. So this is just a small approach to E, and also I use the minor 7ths here, like going down to in the scale. This really goes very smooth and perfect to the F, the G, to the E, the G, F, E, instead of this movement G sharp. G sharp goes as a leading tone up to A minor to really make clear we are in A minor, so we have this leading tone, the major 7ths. But the other way around, I mean, if I move in the different direction to the 5ths, I like this G, F, E movement. So I can play G sharp and G in one line. Actually, I can play like, for example. So G sharp and G, and this fits, of course. Of course, I'm changing I'm changing the scale there. I change from harmonic minor to Aeolian in this case. So maybe you have to check out also these church mode lessons. I already uploaded 3 lessons which explain the church mode. So Aeolian is a church mode. Maybe you should check it out. I mean, you should know this. Okay. Good. Then we repeat the E part, no, the B part, and then the E part has also different rhythm. I will explain this a bit later. So we go from A minor. We have all this kind of the melody here on the G string, but it's pretty much straightforward. We have the chord tone here, E. We just go as a changing note, very short, to the F, and then as a passing tone, we go from E, chord tone, to D as a passing tone, back to a chord tone, C. Now you hear this is resolved, tension, tension, resolution. You always have to think like that. Chord tones and the other scale tones. The other scale tones give you tension, color, and the chord tones give you that, like the skeleton, the basis, the foundation of the whole thing. I always describe this with the pillars. You have a bridge, and the pillars are the chord tones, and in between you have a bit more insecure territory, you can say. Okay, so I have this A minor. Repeats, and then I still have A minor in a way, but I'm already anticipating my E chord, my dominant chord, because I go on other notes. I have the so I have a very strong D. Okay, the C is on the beat, so it's also stronger than the B here. But this whole thing melts or goes very smoothly in the next next chord, which is E. So I have an E and an E here, and then I have a minor sixth from E going to the fifth. So it's a bit the same as I did here. Fifths, minor sixth, and then the E, minor six fifths of E. And what I do then is I like this a lot, like changing the string and playing the same thing somewhere else to give it a different sound. So I don't repeat this here, but I play it here. Yeah, this is a very different timbre, you can say, but it's the same notes as before. So this E part is always played like this, but on a different string here. And then I have a kind of a, you can say like a A minor Aeolian, D minor Dorian, which is actually the same notes part, and this is the C part. I have. Oh, how is it? Actually just fifths going down, and they're a bit embellished. I have G and the fifths, I have F with the fifths, and I have D. And they all belong to the same scale. And then I'm just embellishing them. I have a suspension here. And then I have a changing note here. And this F major, huh? You have F as a chord tone, you have C as a chord tone, and A, and in between you have the B. This gives the whole F major a Lydian sound. And then I go down to D. That's it. That like harmonically, then it just repeats with a B, with a C part, and it ends with a D part. And we talked about that already. Now the rhythm of the piece, we change time signatures from 9/8 to 5/8. So we have two different kind of time signatures here, and the 9/8 is. You can divide these time signatures. I mean, 9 you can divide into different groupings of 2 and 3, and that's mostly what we maybe always do when we have these kind of odd meters. You say like they're not divisible by 2. When we have these meters, we divide them into groupings of 2 and 3s. So this 9s, and it's also very clear if you see the notation, is composed by a 3 and by a 2, and another 2. So 3, 2, 2, 2. And the way from the right hand we play these kind of rhythms is for 3 we play da-ra-da, and for 2 we play just da-ra. So we have something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Dara da dara 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 da dara 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 da dara dara dara. And we can give a small accent on the first da of every group, and we also can use our foot to make this clear to us. And if we keep the right hand and the da, ra, the syllables very equal and steady, it's quite easy to play this kind of time signature. So like dara da dara 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 dara da dara dara. Or you can say takita taka 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 takita taka taka taka. There are different ways to speak the syllables, and they all come from Indian music, and I really love these syllables. They're really helpful, and they're really it's really a very musical system when it comes to more complicated things. So this grouping, this will stay the whole song. Only in these in this E part, E A, E B, and E C, we have this 5/5/8 time signature, and this is divided into 3/2. Just 3/2. Dara da dara, dara da dara, dara da dara, dara da dara. And when you learn this piece, you should really first you should really focus on the right timing and the right striking pattern. So you should really play this actually in time. It's written rubato there, but practicing to really get a feel for this, you have to play it in time and really also incorporate these accents on every first beat of each group, the 3, 2, 2, 2 groups. So it's like, make my right hand very clear. Dara da dara 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 da dara dara dara. And the 5/8. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1. Sorry, 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. Yeah, it's like. This movement. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 takita taka takita taka dara da dara dara da dara 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so these rhythms better you practice them before you even check out the notes. I mean, yeah, it's up to you actually how you handle it. Everybody has their own system and their own approach to new songs. The most difficult thing with a song is actually not really. I think it's not really playing the right notes and the right rhythm. I think the most difficult thing is the interpretation of the song, because when I just play it really with these with a rhythm, without dynamic, without changing the speed of the song, without maybe holding on one note a bit longer than on the other note. Without that, it becomes very boring and very mechanical, you can say. If I just play like... Now it's already after 4 bars, it starts to get really boring and repetitive. So this is really the challenge here with this song, to make a good interpretation out of it. And but then it really starts living and creating this beautiful atmosphere, I think. So you can listen to my interpretation at the beginning of this lesson, but I just want to say some things which you can put your focus on when doing this interpretation. First thing is accents. So accents, and on the other hand, notes which are maybe even you don't play, like there's a term, it's called ghost notes. So they are there, but at the same time they are not played. So for example, you play the first bar twice. So if you do that, the next bar, for example, you can just do not really play the last notes here, or maybe just the downbeats. Listen to it. See what happens. I mean, it's getting kind of mysterious in a way, because you still hear these notes, because you showed this pattern very strong in the first bar, and then it sounds in a way whether that you really play the other notes. So you can really do this with this song. This song needs it in a way. Maybe I played it very much every note when I showed the whole song to you, but if I would play it now, it would maybe sound very, very different in a way with this. And of course, like this also has a lot to do with dynamics. If I play this first part, I definitely play it very soft. This is kind of remembering, go inside. But then this is more living, more it wants something, or maybe there a kind of a picture came to mind of the past, and suddenly it's there, you can say. Also, dynamic, so loud and soft, also has a lot to do with coming closer and going more far to the listener, from the listener. And for dynamics, we will also make I will also upload a lesson in the future. But so you can think like this. This is like far away. And this is very near. So it comes from far to near. I'm a very big fan of dynamics. Actually, I don't like guitar sounds so much, which are just always like compressed, always here. Like if you have a jazz trio or jazz quartet, and you need the sound to in your solos to go above the bass and the drums, and they are already cooking. And I like when music is always going back to the silence. Music is coming from the silence and it's going back to the silence. It's like a white canvas for a painter, you can say. And these I think it's also in English aquarelle, like with these kind of watercolors. You can paint something, and at certain spots you just see the canvas, the white canvas still. And this is a picture I feel very much connected. Actually, you put something on the canvas, maybe also more like oil paint or whatever, but you still have these spots where you see just the white canvas and nothing is on it, and so it in a way the colors and the whole sound always goes back to the canvas or to the silence. So it's coming from silence. You have silence. More extreme, but I think you understand what I mean, and thinking more dynamically gives me really a lot of inspiration immediately. Okay, what else can we should we talk about? Yeah, and of course, like there's always like written rubato and tempo. So the rubato part is very much rubato, and the tempo part is more in time. It's quite, yeah, it's in time, you can say. And the rubato part, so the 9/8 is always there, but you can really stretch the length of the notes or condense the length of the notes. So you can play it like the next moment. And this is really quite a challenge to play this in a lyrical and that it also makes sense. You can't do these things by theory or by knowledge or by calculating the length of the notes and then play it like that. It has to do with feeling. And once you feel this, once you get this connection, it's very natural. It should be a natural thing, like a ritardando at the end. It's like you can't really measure it. It's like. How can you measure it? And so in music, only part of it can be written. The other part you have to hear, you have to feel, you have to give life, you have to give your life, your energy into it to make it music. Okay. I think that's it for today. I hope you have fun with this tune and with this lesson. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. There's also a possibility to donate on my website, guitar-academia.com. There you find a button where you can donate to support my channel here. So thanks for watching. Thank you. My name is Hildenbrand. Thank you.